Good evening and welcome to the 2025 Minnesota Shorts Showcase presented by Twin Cities Film Fest. I'm your host, Lori Roovers, and tonight I have the honor of interviewing talented filmmakers from around the great state of Minnesota. Tonight, I have with me two filmmakers. Would you please introduce yourselves?
So I'm Mitchell McMallson from the Wild World of Frolf, a mockumentary kind of in the style of a National Geographic documentary, but on frisbee golfers and the zaniness and silliness that comes with that sport.
Nathan Block, writer and director of The Shed, which is a horror film.
Thank you so much for being here. Nathan, I'll start with you. Why is this film so personal to you?
I had wanted to make a horror movie that had religious overtones, and I've sort of had this idea rolling around for a while, and it just kind of sort of formulated. Finally, everything came together that was necessary to make the film, and I was happy to actually get it made finally.
It was super scary with the children in the shed. What motivated you to use that metaphor, maybe?
Well, nothing bad ever happens to kids, and any movie that you ever see, they're always, getting Christmas gifts or the birthday party's going great, and they get huge sums of money for no reason. And I thought, well, let's flip that on its head a little bit.
It was definitely flipped. And what made post so grueling for you?
There was just a lot of discussion about having the aspect ratio change. The editor and I had a lot of conversations about it because he thought it was going to confuse the audience, and I was steadfast in the fact that we needed that to sort of make the movie different. And it was a very long post project, but I'm very proud of the way it came out, and it was not without a lot of help.
Thank you so much. And Mitchell, shifting gears completely, his film was hilarious.
I feel like tonally it's the same as The Shed. I mean,
it is witty, it's funny, it's full of details, chock full of details. It's a 5-minute movie that I could watch again and again and still pick out more and more details. Did this just flow out of you, or did it take you a while to write it?
Writing it took a few weeks, I would say, to really write it and get it to a point where we were happy with it. And then the shooting was actually the longest part in terms of filming the entire video, because we were going to knock it out, during one fall season. I ended up getting shingles, which I was told I'm a little young for that. And so we had to take it easy. Like, literally the doctor's note is like, don't stress. Like, that's the note. Okay, I guess I'll have to take it easy for a couple months. So came back to it after winter, which ended up making one of our jokes funnier, the whole cut back to when the character is lost after 3 days and there's a snowstorm. So that ended up working out. But, writing it was really quick. Me and my friends brainstormed ideas of, like, okay, what's a real thing because we play frisbee golf. So, like, okay, what do we run into? And, like, the whole situation with our friend loses the disc and we spend all of our time looking for that disc. I've been the guy who loses the disc. I've been the guy who has to deal with the one who lost the disc. So it all kind of stemmed from, real experiences we've had.
I just feel sorry for Eugene, and that's an inside joke between me and Mitchell. One more question for you, Mitchell. Would you think about spinning this into maybe a series?
The Wild World of Frolf? That's a great idea. I mean, what worked perfectly for this one was the National Geographic style. There's a lot of nature in frisbee golf. So it was kind of this perfect meld. So, I mean, maybe we could do it for curling and other niche sports that I think people know about, but they don't really know about. So that's what's been fun about this, is to show up people who don't play frisbee golf and are like, oh, okay, I kind of get it. And then people who have played frisbee golf are like, this is so silly, but I do, like, this is a real moment. So curling, I have to do curling. So that might be the next one to take on to it, the Wild World of Curling.
Well, I am looking forward to that. Thank you so much for joining me. We will be right back with more filmmakers.